As I'm sure most of you have heard, the documentary Quiet on Set has revealed a lot of the horrible things going on in children's television, particularly Dan Schneider and his various Nickelodeon sitcoms. Watching this documentary kind of hurt me on a personal level because I grew up watching various Dan Schneider shows. But upon learning that my favorite actors had to go through some truly disgusting things and practically give up their childhood to create ours makes me want to send my deepest apologies and condolences to anyone who had to go through those struggles. If you guys haven't watched the documentary, I strongly recommend you do so. It highlights some of the hidden aspects of shows like All That, The Amanda Show, Drake and Josh, and more. Something this documentary releasing did make me realize, though, is how much I used to watch Dan Schneider's shows growing up. I'd watch Drake and Josh and iCarly reruns whenever they aired, but no show truly caught my attention more than Victorious. I would watch Victorious non-stop when I was younger, and even recently I rewatched the entire show for pure nostalgia. Most of these episodes are truly timeless, and rewatching the show made me like the characters even more than before. Andre, Jade, Robbie, hell, even Tori. But a character I couldn't help but notice got slowly more and more humanized as the scenes went on was Cat Valentine. Played by sensational pop star Ariana Grande, in the earlier seasons of Victorious, Cat was an airheaded, bipolar, but energetic teenager, but slowly and slowly, all the way into Sam and Cat became practically brain dead, not even being able to count correctly. Now, why is this? What could have caused the dramatic transformation from a ditzy but fairly normal teenager to practically a pet? Well, let's look at it season by season in Victorious and see if this change was more gradual or a complete overhaul in Cat's character at some random point in the show. As I've stated before, in season 1, Cat is fairly normal. Well, at least compared to her at the end of the show. In season 1, we're introduced to Cat as a nice but bipolar character. Her whole shtick in the first few episodes is that she changes moods very quickly and is kind of oblivious to what goes on around her. She's very ditzy, but that's what makes her stand out compared to the rest of the cast. She is still a very much somewhat normal functioning teen and has moments of genuine maturity and character development. In season 2, Cat gets a bit different. It honestly isn't a dramatic change, but Cat's signature bipolarism is nowhere to be seen from this point forward, and I'm not too sure of the reason. Maybe the writers thought it was too offensive to people with bipolar disorder? I don't know. Cat does become a noticeable bit more, for lack of a better word, dumb here. Also, her voice gets higher and higher as the season goes on, and again, I don't know if this was a choice by the executives or Ariana Grande adapting to the character more, but she almost reaches whistle tones here. This is also where we're introduced to Cat's signature laugh, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. She is portrayed as a lot more childish, oftentimes finding enjoyment in activities usually for little kids, but it's usually a one-off joke, and honestly, they can be really funny. Overall, in season 2, the change is noticeable, but it isn't dramatically different from season 1. Yeah, Cat is basically an unfunctional human being this season. Now, this is not to say her character is bad. I do think she has some really funny moments and is still a really good character, but it's not hard to notice the dramatic change in her intelligence this season. Now, in this season more than ever, Cat has a lot more screen time and a lot more episodes dedicated to her, so we do see a lot more Cat here. But for the most part, they just repeat the same joke with her. She's stupid. That's it. Constantly throughout the season, Cat will say something completely random, it will go silent for a few seconds, and then the other characters will go, "What?" or "That's complete nonsense," over and over. Also, Cat's voice is a lot higher now, and it's not so high to the point of it being obnoxious, but I think it really does symbolize the decreasing humanity she has left in this point. I mean...
Tori's not my friend, I only tolerate Robbie, no one likes Trina, and Cat's basically a pet.
Yeah. Cat is basically a pet this season. The other characters don't even treat her like a real teenager. They often view her as a little child they're babysitting over. Hey, isn't that ironic? Okay, so in Sam and Cat, Cat is kind of different. She is still dim-witted, oblivious, all the stuff we've known Cat to be up to this point, but she gets a lot more jealous and spiteful in this series, especially towards Sam, and this catches me way off guard. Like, sure, Cat has had her moments of aggression and jealousy, but it's on a whole new level here, and I'm not too sure as to why. For example, in the episode #YayDay, Cat invents a holiday in which everyone gives each other presents, and Sam keeps her present as a surprise for Cat. You know, as most people do. But Cat's curiosity gets the best of her, and she opens Sam's present early. She sees that Sam had gotten her mouth and foot washed, to where Cat basically loses it. She goes out of her way to get rid of the present she originally got for Sam and give her bad presents in return. Now, I know Cat isn't the brightest, but wouldn't you want to at least see if it was a mistake on Sam's part before purposely trying to get Sam the worst gift she can think of? Because, believe it or not, mixing up names on presents is fairly common. I end up feeling bad for Sam here because honestly she is genuinely bummed out by receiving Cat's present. And all of this could have easily been avoided if Cat had just waited to open the presents on the day of the holiday that she created. For the most part though, Cat is basically the same here. So, what happened to Cat's character throughout her time on Nickelodeon? Well, Cat underwent flanderization. Flanderization is defined as the process through which a complex fictional character's essential traits are oversimplified to the point where they constitute their entire personality. And in Cat's case, it was taking her innocent, ditzy personality in Season 1 and leaving her completely clueless by the end of Sam and Cat. Now, I have to give props to Ariana Grande, as I can imagine playing Cat's character must have been very hard. I mean, she had to constantly dye her hair red almost every week, which by the end of Victorious left her hair so damaged that in Sam and Cat she had to use a wig. And the seriously nasty stuff that the show writers and producers made Ariana do, along with the rest of the cast. I'm glad the Quiet on Set documentary is finally shedding light on issues that have been hidden for decades now. That's all I have to say for this video though. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.